Welcome to Movie Life Crisis. Join us as we watch the best movies from 30 years ago.
20th Century Fox presents
Ow! I challenge you to a duel.
the first action hero
I accept.
and the last word in comedy.
White men can't jump.
Robin Hood, Men in Tights.
And why should the people listen to you?
Unlike some other Robin Hoods, I can speak with an English accent.
A Mel Brooks film. The legend had it coming. Rated PG-13. Starts Wednesday, July 28th at theaters everywhere.
July 28th.
At theaters everywhere. Robin Hood, Men in Tights, Movie Life Crisis, Season 3, Episode 5. How did we already get 5 episodes?
Five. Wow.
They just grow up so fast.
Am I doing it right still?
Yeah, man. It's Men in Tights. It's Mel Brooks. It's Cary Elwes. It's freaking very young Dave Chappelle.
First Dave Chappelle. Yeah, it's good. As good as I remember, which is, we'll get into it.
It was a lot different than I remembered, honestly. We talked about it a little bit before we started recording. Yeah, I think we both have a lot of quotes and not that many scenes, which may be how this goes.
But that's how I think a lot of those parodies and spoofs end up being.
Well, that's what I was thinking, man, because it's been so long since I've seen Spaceballs or Princess Bride or Blazing Saddles, and I'm like, I wonder if I watched those, like what they would, how I feel about them.
We'll have to see. When we go backwards in time, we'll hit
Yeah, when
there.
we go backwards in time. Spaceballs is the one I really want to see, because Spaceballs was always my favorite.
Or if we keep going forward, we'll get to stuff like Scary Movie and stuff like that. I don't know if you're into that. Those are spoofs also.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but they're not Mel Brooks, but yes.
Right. You're right. They're not Mel Brooks.
Don't be a menace while drinking your juice in the hood. Like the Wayans brothers, like parody movies.
Oh, man. I forgot about that movie until you said that just now.
And we skipped Hot Shots, I think, in the 91 season.
I think that's okay.
I'm totally fine with that. We would have seen Cary Elwes if we had.
I know. I feel bad about the whole, I like Leslie Nielsen, and I thought he was like kind of funny, but not as funny as everybody else thought he was.
Man, when I was a kid, I loved the Naked Gun movies, but I don't know how much I would laugh at them as an adult.
Right, that's what I'm saying. I just don't. I remember chuckling, but I just never thought they were super funny. I don't know.
Yeah, because even the like part of the Naked Gun when he takes the freaking full-size body condom out of the large pizza box and puts it on, I was watching that movie way before I even knew what a condom was, and that scene made absolutely no sense to me.
Right.
But I thought that movie was hysterical, and that part I was like, I don't know what's happening here.
What's the one? Maybe it is Hot Shots or Naked Gun or one of those. And it's so loud on the deck of the aircraft carrier. He's like, here, we use these for the noise. And he goes to hand him 2 earplugs and he takes them and puts them in his mouth and freaking drinks them down like pills.
I feel like that's Hot Shots.
Yeah, that part was funny. And that's the only part I remember just dying laughing at. I've always wanted to do that, but I'm scared to swallow earplugs.
No, it's not worth it. That joke is not worth it. Trust me.
What if it's the kind with the string together, like gun range things, so I could pull it back out like a magic trick afterwards?
Yeah, but what if it's the kind where it's like the little capsules that you put in your kid's bath that turn out to be dinosaurs?
Everybody out there's got a poo.
That's exactly the quote I was about to use. "'Tis no man, 'tis remorseless eating machine. That man ate all our shrimp and 3 plastic lobsters."
I wore my extra loose pants for nothing.
So anyway, the point is Robin Hood, Men in Tights, whatever. I don't think we have any stuff to get into before the episode, so let's just get into it. Give us the synopsis.
Robin Hood, Men in Tights, 1993 comedy film directed by Mel Brooks, which parodies the legend of Robin Hood. The film follows Robin Hood as he returns to England to find the evil sheriff of Rottingham has taken over his family estate. Robin gathers a band of misfits, and with the help of his new friends, he sets out to overthrow the corrupt sheriff and restore justice to the land. It's basically just the Robin Hood story.
Yeah, it's just the Robin Hood story. We did this when we did Prince of Thieves in 1991. Season 1 for us talked about the origin of the Robin Hood story. I think you had like 11 minutes on the origin of Robin Hood, and I trimmed it down to a tight 5.
Dude, I was rookie. I didn't know what I was just talking.
But the point is, there's a million Robin Hood stories. This is another one. They're all the same. He steals from the rich. He gives to the poor. He wears tights. It's fine.
This one is this one has more dick and fart jokes.
Yeah.
So like that's the only difference, I think.
Well, it was weird to me because it was like parts of it were beat for beat exactly the same as Prince of Thieves, like just straight rip off of Prince of Thieves, and then some of it is like, oh no, they went back to the Errol Flynn Robin Hood for this part to make fun of him.
Yeah, I like that.
And like the archery contest and stuff like that.
That's good stuff. I like that.
Me as well. Budget gross, this movie cost $20 million and grossed $72 million. I think I'm kind of surprised by both of those numbers.
Wait, 72. I didn't see 72.
What'd you have?
I saw 35.
I had Wikipedia. Wikipedia gives the international and domestic gross combined, which is what I usually go and get.
I went with IMDb, and they said gross in the U.S. and Canada was 35.7. Gross worldwide 35.7. Yeah, so I guess it didn't do world.
Yeah.
So 72, man, that's a lot. I thought it maybe did okay. Like,
I think for movies they use it's a multiple thing. Like if you do double your budget, you kind of barely break even. If you triple your budget, you've done quite well. And anything beyond that is a mega huge smash, like Indecent Proposal or whatever the hell movie we did last. Is it Indecent Proposal? What's it called?
Yeah, that's it.
All right. I felt like that wasn't the right name after I said it. That movie cost like $600 and made $266 million.
Right.
But also I'm surprised at $20 million. Where'd they spend the money? This whole thing looked like it was shot at a high school.
I know. I really kind of like that a little bit, though. Like when he was outside singing the song.
Friend, he was never outside. I'm telling you. He was in an outdoor set.
Right. The whole time I was like, that water's not water. Yeah. That's not a lake. What is this?
Yeah. Some PA filled that thing up with a hose right before they started shooting.
Yeah, for sure.
And all the castles were made out of styrofoam.
Yeah, I like that.
Dude, the whole time I was trying to figure out, did he know that this looked like shit and he just didn't have the money to do it better than this? Or am I the only one who cares about that?
But I think he was only in it for the jokes. So as long as the jokes landed, it didn't matter.
Yeah, and I love that. And Mel Brooks has said about his writing, because I read a bunch about Mel Brooks because he's unstoppable. And he says when he's writing, if the joke he comes up with doesn't make him laugh out loud, he doesn't even write it down.
Good Lord.
Which makes me think he laughs a lot because he was writing down all kinds of stuff that I would not have written down.
Exactly.
But anyway, this thing made money, $72 million on a $20 million budget, and it won some awards, right?
Did you see awards? I didn't see awards.
I guess maybe I just saw the awards the people who were in it have won and other stuff. Maybe this didn't win anything.
I got nothing. No awards.
That seems right to me. Sequel spinoffs, they never made a sequel to this. One of the few Mel Brooks movies that no one even asked for a sequel at any point in time. He's still talking about maybe making Spaceballs 2 at some point. He's not gonna, but at least people ask about that.
Would be funny, I think. I think they could make it funny.
Yeah. Well, dude, don't you remember in Spaceballs, it was one of the jokes, like, we'll see you again in Spaceballs 2, the money grab, or whatever the title was. Spaceballs
3, the lunchbox, or whatever it was.
Do you remember when and where you first saw this movie?
I actually do. This came out on my 15th birthday.
Nice.
It came out that weekend. It was playing at the University Duplex. Remember how we only had 6 theaters in Hammond? There was the University, the Town and Country, and the Mall.
Yep, and they each had 2 screens.
Right. And the one at the University is now like a church where
some kind of church.
Pastor Dave comes and he like turns his hat around backwards and turns the chair around backwards and raps with the youth.
He raps with people and he plays an acoustic guitar. It's like one of those churches. They have a cafe out front.
Come on, guys. I'm going to yeet some truths to you. I don't know. No cap. Kenny from South Park wasn't the only one to come back to life. Let me tell you about another influencer, and he only had 12 followers.
My man JC, no cap.
He wasn't about that bread, y'all. Anyways, it's the university one, not the Town and Country one.
Bet.
But this was me and Biggin went and saw it.
Yeah.
This is like very early on in the me hanging out with Biggin phase. And my dad took us to go see it. We went to the Bonanza Steakhouse buffet that was in the Best Western. You know what I'm talking about? Down 190 past Kmart. Yes. It's just Shorty's Ribs or something now. My dad was like, wait, that's Mel Brooks. He does Young Frankenstein. He does Blazing Saddles. And like, I knew those because he watched them, but I never saw them.
Yeah.
And we went and saw it. And I can remember Biggin telling the girl behind the counter, you remember what it looked like when you walked in? There was like that U-shaped counter that was like glass. And she goes,
yes.
Okay. We got popcorn that we all shared. And then like, he goes, oh, and this is my friend Jeff, and this is his birthday. And I'm like, what is this dude doing? Like, I was already like, not wanting to hang out in public with Biggin because he was, Biggin. And then he was like, it's his birthday tonight. And then she was like, oh, I'll get you a free drink. And I was like, hey, all right, I like Biggin. So I got a free drink. But that's where I saw it. Had to bring my own chair, horrible screen, even worse sound.
I can't believe I can't even begin to tell you how clearly I remember what it looked like when you walked into Universal Theater in Hammond.
Yeah.
University or whatever it was.
Isn't that weird that's dude, all of that, I don't know if it's because I went in there so many times, but it's like burned in there.
My memory sucks, man. I was talking there, like there was the news story out now about like some Americans in Mexico that got murdered, and a group thread of college guys, including intern Mike, who I went to college with, was texting, and then my friend Rob, who you know is Snake, was like, we were at this club on spring break in like 2001 where these people got kidnapped and murdered.
Nice.
And so they're just blowing up the group text with all these things that happened on spring break. I was on the spring break and I remember almost none of it.
That's crazy. Do you not remember any of it because your memory's bad, or it was just like a throwdown party? And
because my memory's bad. It's not like I was blacked out and Jones was there explaining to me what was going on. It was the opposite. But I just don't remember it.
Do you remember going to New Orleans with Snake and riding in Will's mom's car and stopping at a car lot so he could throw up in the trash can?
Yes.
He's like, no, I'm not going to throw up. I'm pull over. Oh, man. I love that guy.
Yeah, I like that. That was like one of maybe 3 times that you hung out with him ever, and you'll never forget him as long as you live.
Never, ever, ever. He was like introducing himself to people as Snake. He was like, how's it going? My name's Snake. I was like, jeez, this guy is crazy. I love it.
It's ridiculous. And now he has a kid who's like 16, and I was texting with him, and I was like, does he know any of the stuff that we did when we were in college? He's like, no, he doesn't know any of that. I was like, dude, you should tell him what a fucking idiot you used to be so that he knows. Like,
Yes.
don't try to be like a serious dad. Just be Snake and just tell him.
You should just turn your hat backwards, turn your chair backwards, and be like, I'm going to eat some
Let's
trees.
rap for a minute. Bet.
So, dude, I remember that because that was my 15th birthday. You were less than 15. You were.
Yes. I don't remember the first time I saw this. And I honestly, looking back at it, watching it now, I remember even when I was a teenager, I didn't like it as much as I liked the people who liked it.
Right.
It was like, you know, the Mike Birbiglia joke. If someone says, have you ever heard of something? And I go, yeah, totally. What I mean is, I haven't heard of it, but I like you.
Yes, dude, that's a perfect way to say that.
So I think we just hung out with some people who really liked this movie. And I was like, totally, man, that was a funny line. I like that part. And then on my own, I was like, this is not.
Yeah.
Because I was trying to figure out, because there were parts of it that were really funny. And we'll get to those parts. But there were parts of it where I was like, man, this is like 20 minutes of not funny at all.
Right.
I'm like, maybe I just don't have a sense of humor anymore. Maybe it's me. Maybe I'm old and stuff's not funny. But I'm like, no, we watched My Cousin Vinny and it was hilarious. And we watched League of Their Own. It was hilarious. And we watched City Slickers and it was hilarious. Like, we're still watching movies that are killing me.
I think this is a different funny, though. This is not My Cousin Vinny funny. It's PG-13, and that's right at the target audience.
Yeah, and I think there's a lot. I think Mel Brooks' style of humor is a lot of like Jerry Horn, like zingers and gags.
Totally.
And it's just not my thing. Like, I really like snappy dialogue and like insults and like, and this is a lot of it's literally just Jerry Horn, like old man humor.
Dude, it totally is. It totally is. That's why he loves him so much.
And there's other Mel Brooks movies that I do really like. Spaceballs, I love, and like Young Frankenstein, I love. This, I don't think, is one of his strongest entries into his filmography.
No, it's definitely not. The 3 that I named, Young Frankenstein, Blazing Saddles, and High Anxiety, those are, I think, his top 3. Those are fantastic.
Yeah, so I didn't remember the first time I saw this. I know I saw it in high school, and I remember quoting it, and like the quotes made me laugh still even this time around. Yeah. This ain't exactly the Mississippi. Right. I'm on the east side. I'm on the west side. Like, I was still cracking up when those parts happened, but then there were so many long spaces where I didn't think, I could tell there was stuff that was supposed to be funny, and I was like, that wasn't funny at all.
Right. And I can remember, though, laughing at those parts and like quoting them, like the whole, if I was that close to a horse's wiener, I'd get worried about being pissed on. So like that whole thing, every time somebody said pissed off, I can remember us saying that.
Yeah.
But like, I don't.
That I could see being a lot funnier when we were 15.
Right. That's what I'm saying. It's those kind of jokes. Those guys. Like the Braille Playboy. Like, that's chuckle funny. I didn't laugh out loud when I saw it, but I like breathed hard out of my nose. But that's the
thing, man. That's like a lot of the sight gags. And it's crazy to me because Mel Brooks is 97 now. So 30 years ago, he would have been 67.
Yeah, he was old.
And he's still coming up with like, oh, he's blind and he's on the shitter, but he's reading a Braille Playboy.
Yeah.
Like, dude, can you imagine thinking that's hilarious and being 70? This guy's a freaking icon. God.
Oh man, absolutely, dude. He's still doing it too. They just released
He's
History of the
still
World
doing
Part
it.
2. He's the narrator all over it.
Yeah,
It's awesome.
and he and Carl Reiner still just go over each other's houses every day and just tell knock jokes and shit. I just freaking love it so much.
Oh man,
What's the would you rate this?
just like we talked about, it was funny, but not over the top like I thought it used to be. I think it aged better than Prince of Thieves, but it had a lot of dated humor, stuff that you got to know, like stuff about to get it, especially the sight gags, like you said. So I gave it a 6.
That's funny, man. I went back to my 92 rankings because I was like, I want to put it in the same pile of movies that I gave scores. And I was looking at my rankings from last year and like there no 7s, right? No 7.5. So Sister Act 6.5, School Ties 6.5. I was like, both of those are a little bit better.
Right.
Batman Returns, The Player. I had stuff like that at a 6. Like this seems like that's the ballpark for this movie.
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
It's good.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen it, you should be aware of it. But like it's not a high rewatchability for me.
Yeah, and you don't need
A lot
to
of the
see
jokes didn't land, and I can just
Right.
keep saying the quotes without having to see the movie again.
Yeah.
Which I will, because I've been saying for 30 years. I heard that coming from a mile away.
it. Pardon? Who's talking?
Hey, pardon, who's talking?
So you gave it a 6 as well?
Yeah, I gave it a 6 as well. That's exactly where I ended up, and I felt guilty about it. I felt like I was like, oh man, I'm ashamed to go on the podcast and give it a 6 out of 10. People are gonna light me up.
No way.
That love this movie, and then I started reading. I'm like, at 41% on Rotten Tomatoes, 5 out of 10 on IMDb. Siskel gave it 1/2 of 1 star out of 4 when it came out. Like this movie got as much as everyone loves Mel Brooks, this movie got hammered when it came out.
Dude, does any of his movies really like get a lot of critical acclaim?
But like I mean, I sent you that AMA on Reddit that
Yeah.
Mel Brooks was doing 2 days ago, and I read the whole thing. Very few people mentioned Men in Tights. Like most of the questions were like History of the World Part 1, like
man.
Blazing Saddles, everyone just kind of skipped over. There's like 2 people out of like thousands of comments were like, I loved Men in Tights, my favorite movie. But I'm saying I shouldn't feel guilty because this is actually not one of Mel Brooks' strongest movies.
I'm not saying Mel Brooks doesn't know how to use the internet. I'm not saying he's 97 and he's never going to hear this. I'm saying that he's Mel Brooks. He's never going to hear this.
He's never going to hear this.
Yeah.
And if he heard it, he would probably just say something hilarious and we would forget that we had an opinion on the movie at all.
Yeah, he definitely would.
I'm not worried about hurting Mel Brooks' feelings. He's doing just fine. I'm just saying, like,
great. Yes.
he's so beloved, including by me, that I
Yeah.
feel guilty that I don't like this movie more. But I got to be true to myself.
Yeah,
and I just
man.
didn't laugh as much as I thought I was going to.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You just got to freaking yeet some truths out there, man. No cap.
Bet. All right. Let's do best.
Oh, God, I hate these kids. I hate them. Get off my lawn.
These kids are the worst. Let's do best scenes. What's your first scene?
My first best scene is when he's trying to cross the bridge. The quote that you kind of did with Chappelle. I think it's awesome that he does the a toll is a toll and a roll is a roll. And if we don't get no tolls, then we don't eat no rolls. And he's like, I made that up. And they're fighting with the sticks. And each time it breaks, the music was just getting to a like build up, and then it stops right as the thing breaks, and they both look at the broken sticks and throw one away. It's got the Abe Lincoln bit and the white man can't jump joke, which I quoted all the time also.
That scene was the first one on my list too, and it's got that one is pure gold. Like if you just watch that on YouTube, that's better than watching the first half hour of this movie because but dude, it's got the Chappelle quote. He's trying to fight. He's going to fight Little John to cross the bridge, and Chappelle's like, Robin, this ain't exactly the Mississippi. I'm on the east side. I'm on the west side. And he's just hopping from one foot to the other across the little creek.
Yeah.
And they're fighting with the quarter staffs, and they keep and the stick breaks in half, and they just stare at each other. And they just keep fighting with progressively smaller sticks until it's like the size of a Snickers bar.
And they start playing like a pencil break.
Yeah, they're like wrapping each other in the fingers. He's like, ow, and he's shaking his hand.
And then he falls in the creek.
And he falls in the creek.
Yeah.
And his front side's not even wet, Little John, and he's flailing around like he's going to drown.
I can't swim.
I can't swim. That scene is absolutely brilliant. And it's got 3 or 4 great quotes. We don't get no tolls. We don't need no rolls. And
then the
white man can't jump joke has aged horribly, but in 93, that's a great joke.
And dude, the white man can't jump, that wasn't that long ago before this.
Yeah, it was 92.
Right. So
that's what I'm saying. It was perfect when the movie came out.
Right. And I think it landed way good back then.
Yeah. It absolutely. Well, that's the thing. If you're going to parody something that just happened, and when we go watch it decades later, obviously some of the references are not going to be all that great.
Absolutely, it's kind of dated. But
like, dude, what was it? Remember in Wayne's World when they got pulled over and it was the freaking T-1000 guy?
Yeah.
Like that joke 30 years later is terrible, but in the moment you're like, oh my god, that's amazing.
Yeah, and I like jokes where you need to have a frame of reference to get the joke, like when it's a deep cut and it lands on different levels. I like that normally, but 30 years later, it's less. I don't know, less funny.
That's my first one. The second one I had to go from that first 20 minutes of the movie all the way to the very end before I had my next one. And my next one was the final action set piece, the archery competition, and then all that. It was another one where it's like 5 to 7 minutes of all the rest of my favorite quotes happened. The gunman is going to assassinate Robin. He's shooting at him from the Royal Folio Depository, which is a freaking JFK reference, which is so good. Like, that's the kind of stuff I love. That's a really subtle, really smart joke that when I saw it, I was like, that's genius.
Yeah. Those are like throwaway sight gags that if you don't read that and see it, then you don't even get the joke.
Yeah, no, because no one ever referenced it. They just panned past this like sign where he was hidden, and it was the Royal Folio Depository. I was like, oh my god, that's just a freaking JFK reference.
Yeah,
that's
man,
awesome.
But that to me, there's stuff like that all through Mel Brooks movies, and that's what I like about it.
Agreed, but then that's the one where it's like, Blinken, how did you do that? I heard that coming from a mile away. Pardon, who's talking? And he split Robin's arrow in twain.
And he spits when he does it. Dude, I still say when somebody cuts something in half, I still say split it in twain.
Yeah.
And everybody just looks at me weird.
And it's got the gag that's really obvious that they also use in Spaceballs where everyone on camera pulls out the script and flips to the page to see what's supposed to happen next.
Yeah.
But I still love it.
Yeah. Absolutely.
That's my next scene.
Yeah, good call. I didn't put that scene, but I did like that scene also. The other one I put is the dinner scene where he walks in and throws the pig down. And I didn't even know that he said it. The word he says, I had to like Google what it meant when he throws the pig down. It's like a word that starts with a T. It means unkoshered meat or unkoshered food in Yiddish. When he throws it down, he says it just under his breath.
Oh, I didn't even hear that.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I don't think I've ever heard it before, but then I saw it on the screen and I was like, what the heck is that? That whole scene where Robin shows up at the dinner party that Prince John is throwing and the Sheriff of Rottingham is trying to woo Maid Marian, even though Marla Hooch won't let it happen. And
Marla Hooch, what a hitter.
The whole thing with
the whole movie, every time she was on screen, I was just saying it out quietly on my couch, what a hitter.
A lot of night games. The whole thing where they line up all of the suits of armor and knock them over,
and then they knock them over like dominoes.
That whole thing. Also, that's where he says the line like, unlike other Robin Hoods, I can speak with an English accent. And because
from the trailer, classic.
And we did that Kevin Costner movie, and that's who he's referencing.
We came down hard on Kevin Costner, like a lot of people did, for doing an entire movie as Robin of Locksley and never even attempting an English accent.
Right. Did you see the thing about the dubbed versions? Like when it's dubbed in German, you can't say I speak in an English accent because that doesn't work. He doesn't have an English accent because he's just...
It's German overdubbing.
He says, because unlike other Robin Hoods, I do not cost the producers $5 million. And the German word for cost is like Kosten, and it sounds a lot like Costner. So everybody loved it. In French and Italian, it said, because unlike other Robin Hoods, I do not dance with wolves. In Quebec, it says, because like other Robin Hoods, I accept to wear tights. And then in Hungarian, it says, because unlike Kevin Costner, I have a shapely bottom. Talking about how they had to use a stunt double for his butt scene.
The stunt butt for his waterfall bathing.
So I like that. But dude, that whole scene, I liked it.
Yeah, I had that as my third scene. I didn't have it initially, but then when I got to the end and I only had 2 scenes, I went back and I was like, I got to find something else. I was like, well, I kind of like that one.
Yeah, that's a good
And especially, I liked the point when the Sheriff of Rottingham. It's weird, by the way, that they changed some of the names slightly and some of them they didn't change at all. Like, he's Robin of Locksley, she's Maid Marian, and he's the Sheriff of Rottingham instead of the Sheriff of Nottingham.
Yeah.
Why don't they just have them all be the same? I don't know.
Because Rottingham's funny.
Is it though? Did anyone laugh at that?
If you're a 67-year-old Jewish man making comedy in the basement,
yeah, clearly he's that was a knee slapper, I guess.
Yeah.
But the part about that I was really curious about is the sheriff challenges him to a duel. He like slaps him with his little velvet glove.
Yeah.
And then Robin accepts and he picks up the like metal gauntlet, smacks him in the face. And it's like it makes a big loud clang.
I like the clang sound too. It's a good clang.
It was great Foley work. And so I had to look up because I was like, did you actually challenge people to a duel by like slapping them with a glove? That seems really weird to me. And yes, you did. So here's what I found. This is from the AV Club. The stereotypical notion of challenging someone to a duel by slapping them across the face with a glove comes from the medieval practice of throwing down the gauntlet, quote unquote. Nice. For reasons Wikipedia declines to explain, throwing a glove down before someone was clearly insulting gesture, and a man of honor was obligated to respond to the insult. When someone was knighted, they were traditionally given 3 light blows on the shoulder with a sword and then slapped in the face. These ceremonial blows were the last insults a man could receive without being obligated to respond. Henceforth, he would be a knight and would have to uphold his honor in any situation. Throwing a glove or gauntlet was one such insult that a knight or later a gentleman would have to respond to, but slapping with the glove was rarer and was often a response to the thrown glove. With both parties soundly affronted, a duel would then be inevitable.
Nice.
So apparently for hundreds of years, people were literally, someone would throw a glove down and the other person would get so angry about it, they would pick the glove up and slap the person and then they would go duel.
I knew none of that. I really like it. I can't wait to use it when I teach medieval history.
Yeah.
I thought it was from like Bugs Bunny, like, you know, where he like slides it off and smacks him and then he empties out the glove and it's filled with anvils and stuff.
All right, let's do quotes. Oh, wait, do you have another scene?
No, dude, I think you're right about the last scene. That's a good scene. I should have put that on there.
Cool. So we're 3 for 3, total agreement here. Let's go to quotes. What's your first quote?
Blinken, I'd like you to meet a Jew. A Jew here?
A Jew here?
No, not a Jew. A Jew. Like that, and how they kept saying, God bless you, over and over. I like how they just ran that joke straight into the ground.
Or straight into the ground.
That's so my jam right there. Just keep saying it until somebody doesn't laugh. Take it too far.
Take it way too far.
Yeah, dude, I loved Blinken a whole lot. So he's my first one.
That's a good quote. My first quote is one I've already said like 3 times. This ain't exactly to Mississippi.
Yeah.
I can just always picture Chappelle hopping over that little creek saying that line, and I loved it when I was a kid, and I just still love it.
I like how he's like, I'm on one side, I'm on the other. And then he straddles it and drops both feet, one on each side, and he's like, it ain't that critical. I freaking love it. He's got fantastic delivery.
He really does. And he's 19 in this movie, and I could already tell he was so funny already at 19.
Yeah, he was good.
Dude.
When they're fighting, he's like, hold on, bad guys. And he like throws the freaking piece of his turban back behind his head. Oh, man, he's good. I like him.
What's your next quote?
My next one is Prince John is trying to get his witch to help him. And he's like, such an unusual name, Latrine. How did your family come by that? We changed it in the 9th century. You mean you changed your name to Latrine? And she's like, yeah, used to be Shithouse. And he's like, it's a good change. It's a good change. Freaking Prince John and Richard Lewis.
Lewis.
Dude, he kills me. His delivery.
Is great. I like that guy. I was so, because I'd forgotten that he played that role, and I was like, oh my God, Richard Lewis. Yes, I love that guy.
I
have a mole.
Yeah, dude, that, like, I remember saying that I was going to say, my next quote is a 4-way tie of 4 different Prince John quotes.
I mean, the thing is about I have a mole is it's not even a funny line. It's not even a good joke, but just his delivery is genius.
Yeah.
So quotable.
The fact, too, though, that it changes position like 4 times before they even bring it up.
Like Austin Powers. Don't say mole. Mole. I'm going to go have some guacamole. My next one was when they were dressed as women and they were breaking into the archery competition.
Yeah.
And one of them says to Blinken, fix your boobs. You look like a bleeding Picasso.
It's just all...
it's like fake boobs were all like, one was on top of the other, was all lopsided. I don't know why, that just killed me.
And when they took off the dresses, they're like, oh, Robin's in trouble, let's go. And they're taking the dresses off. You could see his boobs too. They're just like friggin' 2 gym socks tied together, filled with friggin' Nichols.
It wasn't like I loved that quote when I was younger, but this time through, when he said, "You look like a bleeding Picasso," I just snorted. And I was like, "That's a good."
Yeah,
that's a good.
Dude, I remember quoting that one out loud. Dude, my four-way tie though is I have a mole, and then the part where he says, "Sire, I need to talk to you." He's like, "All right, blow." Not blow, blow, because they're all like making his bath a jacuzzi.
They're making the
with their
jacuzzi
mouth.
bubbles by blowing through the tubes.
Yeah. And then when all of the knights are running out to line up to do the dominoes bit, and he's just like, "I hope it's worth the noise." Just the way his delivery is so good. And then the last one on the four-way tie is when he does come in and it says, "Sire, I have some news." "What sort of news do you have? It's not bad news, is it? You know I can't take bad news. I started out the day so good. I had a good night's sleep. I had a good BM, and I don't want to hear any bad news." That dude said a good BM, and I laughed out loud. Nobody calls it BM anymore. I'm going to ask my students tomorrow.
67-year-old Jewish guys do, because that's clearly what happened.
Oh, man. A good BM, and I don't want to hear any bad news. Yeah, so that's my third quote as a four-way tie for
Nice.
Richard Lewis.
The other one I have is one I've also said several times. "I heard that coming from a mile away." Pardon? Who's talking? Yeah, and then my bonus from that same scene is, "He split Robin's arrow in twain."
Dude, and that guy spits a lot. He says it. Well, as soon as he says twain, it shoots out of his mouth.
And again, it wasn't like that was a funny line, but I just remember saying it a lot.
A lot. So the next thing I had was Robert Ridgely, who plays the hangman. He also plays the hangman in Blazing Saddles, who doesn't even really talk like that.
No news, that's good news.
Dude.
What are you, about a 16 and a half?
All right. So I saw this with Biggin.
Biggin used to say that all the time.
All the
What
time.
are you, about a 16 and a half?
This is the thing, though. I'm sitting next to him at Mass at St. Thomas. Father Dean is doing the homily. And you know, Father Dean had that voice, man. He was just like, "And Jesus came down from the mountaintop and he said," and dude, Biggin standing behind me and we're walking up to communion and he's like, "The body of Christ, the body of Christ." And he's just saying it every step we take. And I get up there and that dude hands it to me and says it just like that. Oh my God, I hated Biggin for that. It was really good. So I wanted to do another shout out to make sure that I mentioned I like that guy.
That's a good call, because he was great, and I was cracking up, and I knew that it was because Biggin used to just say all the time.
All the time.
16 and a half.
Oh man, Biggin was really good at that voice too, because that it was dead on balls accurate. But I did have one more quote, and I didn't know if you had any more.
No, that's it for me. Hit me.
All right, so at the very end, they bring in King Richard comes back from the Crusades, and rather than being Sean Connery like it was in Prince of Thieves, they had what's his
Professor
name?
X.
Yeah, Patrick Stewart. And he was even talking in that Scottish accent, which I loved, trying to do the Sean Connery. And Rabbi Tuckman, who is played by Mel Brooks, comes walking out.
Yep.
He's like, "Excuse me, King. Why, if you like this guy so much, do you object to be him marrying Maid Marian?" He's like, "I have no objection, but I haven't kissed the bride yet, and it's custom and my royal right." And he hands the sword to Mel Brooks, and he says, "Hold this, father." He's like, "Rabbi." He's like, "Whatever." And then when Mel Brooks hands him the thing after he kisses her, and he's like, "It's good to be the king." He does the bit from History of the World. He hands him he's like, "Thank you. Here's your knife." He's like, "Sword." He's like, "Whatever." That back and forth, I can picture Mel Brooks writing that in his basement and chuckling at saying those things back and forth.
And also, before he performed the marriage ceremony, he was like behind a circus tent performing circumcisions. And the sign said like circumcisions 85% off or some shit like that.
And he's like, "Put some ice on it. You'll be fine."
Who's your first character?
First character is Dave Chappelle as Achu. He just did a fantastic job.
He's on my list.
Yeah, dude, you're right. He's 19 and he was freaking killing it.
First movie role. And just like, I mean, he started doing stand up, I mean, maybe 2 years before this, and just was, I think, immediately
That's
kind of great at it.
Yeah, he's freaking good. He's talented.
He's just funny. He's a funny guy. He's always been a funny guy. He's always been a really smart comic. And And Chappelle's an icon. I mean, Chappelle's show on Comedy Central was groundbreaking. He got burned out, quit, left like $50 million on the table.
He didn't need it.
Signed a deal with Netflix in 2017, $20 million a special. He's done 6.
Yeah.
And he's, even before Chappelle Show, he's one of my favorite stand-ups. I think probably yours too.
Killing Me Softly.
Like just, I still, dude, 23 years ago, I still quote that.
Yeah, dude, there's stuff that when I go back and listen to it, like sometimes I forgot that's where I got that from. I'm not original at all. I steal everything.
Yeah. Dude, especially all the police stuff from that comedy special in the year 2000.
Right.
It's like, honey, apparently the police are beating up Negroes like hotcakes. Look, it said Newsweek. Sprinkle some crack on there, Johnson. Let's get out of here.
Dude, the amount of times I see that on Reddit where people are trying to just not be sad about another person that got killed by the cops. And they're like, just sprinkle some crack on him, Johnson. Let's get out of here. Oh, man. Dude, it's really great.
Totally. I got to mention, because he's always been one of my favorite comics, and I was really bummed out after all the transphobic stuff from his last special.
Yeah.
I just have always respected how much he analyzes and talks about the world. And I was like, man, that seems like a real like rich old guy take on things. I'm really hoping that he'll move past that and like
he is a rich
not
old
say
guy,
stuff
though.
like that anymore. He is
Right.
a rich old guy, but like he's always been so smart, and it's maybe the first thing he's ever said that I really not only disagreed with, but actually was like, man, that's not a good look for you. I wish you wouldn't say that.
Right. Yeah. I thought the same thing as when I was reading about it. I just
and I want to go rewatch some of his Netflix specials because there's a lot in there other than that. But when I think back to them, all I remember is all the like controversy about what really was about 4 minutes of his special.
Right. And then, for a while, because I hadn't seen it, but I read about it and I was like, maybe they're taking this out of context. Maybe maybe it's a setup for a joke and we're not hearing the joke, but it's not really that.
No, it's not.
Which stinks.
It's not. So that sucks because he's on my Mount Rushmore, and I hope that he will walk that back at some point and say that he was wrong, because that really bummed me out.
Yeah, give him a little time.
He's phenomenal in this. He's 19, and he goes on to make more money than anyone else involved in this movie ever made in their careers. And I think was on Rolling Stone's list of the best comedians of all time, like was number 9 or something.
Yeah, I could see that.
Absolutely.
He's way funny.
Cary Elwes was my first.
Yeah, I didn't put him down.
I just like that guy.
I think he's good. He is.
He's really talented. Like he can be like, think about the roles that he's played, man. Like Princess Bride, all the Saw movies, Twister, Seinfeld, Liar, Liar.
Kiss the Girls. That was my jam.
Days of Thunder. Like he's just, he can be the villain. He can be the love interest. He can be the corny, goofy guy. He can be the leading man. Like he can be drama. He can be humor. He can just do everything well.
He's good. He's really good.
And every time I thought about, I was reading his like filmography, I was like, oh God, yeah, Twister. God, he was freaking that guy in Twister. He was great at that.
Yeah, he was.
And like Days of Thunder. Yeah, he was the other driver. God, he was so annoying in that movie. That was such a good performance. Like he just is always good.
That's how you know he's good. When he's the guy who disappears. He's not the Tom Cruise.
Yeah,
he's not the Tom Cruise where you're like, hey, all right, Tom Cruise is in this. You're just like,
and even like I always loved Liar Liar with Jim Carrey, which I think comes out in '97, and he's this like the other guy that's dating what's her name,
the mom, the wife,
his ex-wife, and he's doing the like corny like other dad guy. Oh, you're scared of the claw.
Yeah,
like he's just, but he's so good at even that super cornball role. I'm like, man, that guy is just good. He's just always good.
I wonder, is he natural at it? Like, maybe Chappelle had like acting lessons and went to school for this. I don't know, but it seems like Cary Elwes probably did.
He definitely did. In fact, I looked it up and I was like, oh my God, this dude went to his primary school education in England was at the Harrow School, which is a school that's been around since the 1500s.
Dang.
Then he went to the London Academy of Music and Dramatic Arts, which is one of the very first drama schools like in the English-speaking world. Then he came over to study acting at Sarah Lawrence in New York. And while he was at Sarah Lawrence studying acting, he also studied at the Actors Studio and Lee Strasberg under the tutelage of a guy named Charlie Lawton, who was Al Pacino's mentor.
Man.
So he's been to like every amazing acting school there is, which makes sense because he is fantastic.
He's really good at it.
I feel like people think that he didn't have the career that he should have, but if you go and look at his filmography, he's done a ton of work. He just wasn't a huge leading man.
Well, dude, I was gonna say, like, it seems like he's been in a ton of stuff, but not. You just don't remember. I don't know. You don't remember him. I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. He's not the lead, and he's so good that you forget that he's in. Like, I forgot he was in Twister, and then I read Twister. I was like, of course, I freaking love him in that part.
No, I definitely remembered him in Twister. I like that.
All right, who's your next character?
Yeah, my next character is Roger Rees, and he plays the sheriff of Rottingham. That guy, when he pulls up, they're chasing the Home Alone kid, and they pull up, and Robin Hood's standing there. He's like, "And who might you be?" And he's like, "The sheriff of Rottingham," and he does that with his hair, and then he does the same thing to the hair on the horse. Like, small things like that, he did throughout the whole thing. Thought he was hysterical. I've seen him in other things, but not funny like this. He killed it.
I'm glad you captured him because he in no way made my list because I thought he was doing a really blatant Alan Rickman impersonation, and his character was super annoying to me. That was definitely part of it, but I just was annoyed by that part.
I thought he was funny, but I thought he was hamming it up, just like
he was.
Like,
I mean, I'm sure that's exactly what they wanted him to do.
Yeah, he was like rolling all his R's and stuff. Yeah, I loved it.
Yeah, my third character is Tracy Ullman.
Oh, dude, Latrine.
The latrine, the witch, the hag, I never knew as a kid that was Tracy Ullman, and I just wanted to use this time to talk about Tracy Ullman on the podcast because I don't know when else we'll get to talk about her, but she
probably never
is world class, and I don't think enough people know who she is.
No, they definitely don't.
Like, she's done a ton of theater, a ton of films. She's had a couple different variety shows, including the Tracy Ullman Show, which in 4 seasons won 10 Emmys.
Yeah.
From 87 to 1990. And, also on the Tracy Ullman Show, a short cartoon about a wacky family called The Simpsons first premiere.
Absolutely.
People should know about Tracy Ullman, and she's wicked
and
she was
funny.
good in this.
She was wicked
She's
funny.
Super funny.
I liked the Tracy Ullman Show back in the day because it used to come on HBO. And we had HBO, and I used to really like it. She should be in more stuff. I think she's funny.
Yeah, she's great. Who's your next character?
My third person is Mark Blankfield. He plays Blinken.
Yeah.
The reason I put him, 2 reasons. One, he's hysterical, and all of the stuff that he did when he was on the screen, like with speaking parts, was great. The stuff he did in the backgrounds of scenes was cracking my ass up, dude. Like, when they were like, everybody's like holding their swords up and they're gonna rush in, and he's like reaching around trying to find somebody that's running away, and he grabs Little John's belt at the last second and gets pulled along. Like, when he's when they're all fighting at the end, everybody's fighting, and at one point Chappelle is just like holding his hands because he's trying to stab Chappelle because he can't. He doesn't know who he's stabbing, and he's just going to town, and Chappelle's just trying not to get stabbed. Like, stuff like that.
Blinken was great, and he physically, all of his physical comedy stuff that he was doing was killing me. I 100% agree with you,
dude. And the whole catching the arrow. Pardon, who's talking? Also, I would just like to throw out Megan Cavanaugh also as Broomhilda. What a hitter.
Marla Hooch, what a hitter. Yeah, she was on my bonus. Literally, my fourth character said bonus for Megan Cavanaugh, Marla Hooch, and parentheses, what a hitter.
I didn't put in parentheses what a hitter. I put it in parentheses Broomhilda. But I've had the exact same thing. Marla.
Writer,
Hooch.
director,
Hooch.
Actors. Writer, director Mel Brooks. What do you say about Mel Brooks? All right. Excuse me. Sorry. EGOT winner Mel Brooks.
Right.
Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, Tony, and plus 1,000 other awards. Like this, Mel Brooks has more hardware than Home Depot. He's had a 70-year career.
Dude, it's so...
He started as a writer for Sid Caesar in 1950. Do you know about Sid Caesar?
I do, yeah.
Sid Caesar, for people who don't know, basically invented modern sketch comedy, and he had a show on television in the 1950 called Your Show of Shows, and it drew an audience of 60 million viewers a week.
I know. That's nuts.
The other people on that writing staff with Mel Brooks, Woody Allen and Neil Simon are 2 of them. Oh, and also a guy called Larry Gelbart who created MASH. Like, just...
Yeah, dude.
Like a Saturday Night Live, Chappelle Show, Key and Peele, pick one. Like Sid Caesar invented the modern sketch comedy show.
Yeah, he absolutely did. And
that's who Mel Brooks started writing for when that was his first job.
The movies that he did, I liked all of those. I liked Spaceballs, all the ones that we keep talking about, like Young Frankenstein and Blazing Saddles and all that. Like, I liked all those. And then I scrolled down and saw the television thing. I didn't realize Mel Brooks was a creator for Get Smart.
Yeah, and wrote it with Buck Henry.
Dude, I know, that's crazy. Like,
yeah, who we love.
Yeah, I don't understand why I didn't know that already.
Well, there's just so much stuff. Well, that's the thing, man. He's 97 and he's getting ready to release History of the World Part 2. In fact, I think it came out like this week.
It did. I watched the first episode before the show. It's good.
It's still going.
Yeah. Yeah, he's making it happen. That really is crazy.
Well, and he did The Producers in 1967, and it came back 50 years later, and Nathan Lane and Matthew Broderick took it to Broadway, and it was huge 50 years later, and then it got taken from Broadway back to be a movie. And like 50, 60 years after it had been originally a movie. Like, it's insane.
Yeah, he's been doing it for a really, really long time.
And his son, Max Brooks, wrote
love that dude.
World War Z, which is, a book that you and I both really love.
What a dude. And you know what? When I try to talk, like sometimes kids will come up to me that are not jerks. And they're like, hey, you keep talking about how you like to read stuff. What kind of stuff do you read? And I'm like, oh, I read a lot of zombie stuff. Oh, I love that. What is it? Like World War Z. You should check that out. And they're like, oh, no, I saw the movie. That's not for me. I was like, yeah, but it's not anything like the movie. Like you really...
That movie is nothing like that book. And I think everyone involved like freely admits that.
Right. But...
And also one of the best audiobooks I'm convinced that's ever been made. Like just celebrity voices all the way through.
Dude, Alan Alda, freaking Mark Hamill. Yeah, it was a lot of good ones. Mel Brooks, he's really good. I don't know what else we can say.
Yeah, he's phenomenal. You got any more good?
The other guy who helped write it, J. David Shapiro, did nothing that I recognized except Charles in Charge and Who's the Boss. I did have some other goods though. The Rodney King reference, we talked about that. The rap song in the beginning.
That's in my worst.
Yeah, this is the thing. I wanted to ask you, because we both like hip hop. Why did they do it? Was rap just really new right then?
That was like that rap. I feel like Mel Brooks because that sounded like Sugar Hill Gang rap.
Right.
Like that wasn't like what
and chicken. It tastes like wood. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like that's Sugar Hill rap. Like 92, 93, we had like Biggie and Tupac and LL Cool J. And I feel like we had more stuff then.
I tell you though, when the hook of that part where he's like, and I said, hey, that is an earworm for me. I was laying in bed going, hey, nanny, nanny, hey, nanny, nanny. It was really weird. During the monologue that when the Home Alone kid's about to run off, he's like starting to get like, he's like holding his shirt and he's talking about all the things he wants to do. And one of the things he says is a 4-day work week and affordable health care.
Nice.
Luckily, in 30 years, we still haven't fixed that.
No.
The lifesaver that she gives him to heal him after he's been stabbed is an actual lifesaver candy.
Yes.
Which is a Jerry Horn joke. Do they still make lifesavers?
Yeah, they do.
When was the last time you saw a rolled up, like round, like cylinder shaped tube of lifesavers?
Dude, I've bought a like roll of lifesavers in the last 2 years.
What? The
like just
white,
at a
like
gas
the
station.
mint ones or like the fruit ones?
No, I don't do the mint ones. I like the original 5 flavors, and sometimes they mess with the 5 flavors and they try to throw in like an extra watermelon instead of they take out one of the ones I like.
What are the ones?
And I've also bought. They still have the roll of only wild cherry, which I will occasionally buy.
What about the what's the off-white yellowish one? Is that like
I think that's a pineapple.
Pineapple? Yeah, I didn't like that.
Yeah,
one.
I like that one.
I didn't like that one. What about the lifesaver when you bite it and it makes the spark?
Yeah, I think that was the mint one, right? The wintergreen or something.
Yeah. But do you remember that?
Oh yeah.
Is that a real thing? I don't think I've ever done that.
I don't know if it's real or not. I do remember thinking that it was a real thing. It may or may not have been.
I'm going to totally have to buy a whole bag of those because I can't find the little tubes of them. I'm going to buy a whole bag just so I can go bite them in front of the mirror and I'll let you know.
Yeah, and then say Candyman a bunch of times too.
Good idea. Right on top of that.
All right, let's do the worst. Did you have any worst scenes or characters? I didn't really.
No, I didn't. I just wrote down that Kat would say every scene is the worst. She hates movies like this. Like hates with the white hot fire of 1,000 suns. Hates.
Wendy definitely does not hate it, but she was like, "Oh, I'll watch a little bit of this." And I don't even think the credits were done. She was like, "I'm gonna go to bed."
They're still lighting up the house in the background for the credits.
And I wasn't like cackling like sometimes I am, but I was like, it's kind of fun. I like that. I was like smiling, and she was just like shaking her head. She's like, I don't know what's going on.
This idea is horrible.
This idea is horrible. For political incorrectness, actually, I mean, almost all of the Dave Chappelle stuff, I think, is now pretty politically incorrect. Like, he's wearing Reebok pumps.
Right.
And, like, he's rapping, and
His
he's got his hat is backwards.
Yeah.
And I know that's, like, an old Jewish guy trying to be funny, and it probably was funny at the time, but now that's pretty...
Yeah, it's less funny
literally
now.
every stereo... Like, he may as well have been having chicken.
Right. Jeez.
Everybody knew as soon as you walked in the goddamn door, you was going to have some chicken.
Oh my
How did
God.
this man know that I love chicken? And I was going to have some chicken.
He was absolutely right. Yeah, dude,
God, I'm going to go listen to that again. I freaking love that special
really
so
good.
much.
It's really good. I like to listen to it right before I have to lecture. Not that one, but just that playlist in general where it shuffles them. Because then I feel like I'm on my game when I lecture. Yeah. Dude, I put two things under political incorrectness. When he says goodbye to her after he sings "Shadow of Your Smile," he says goodbye in a bunch of different languages, and he says them all correct until he gets to the Asian language.
Yeah, and he just says some like gibberish.
Right, yells out some things that sound like Asian words.
Yeah, I had that too.
I didn't like that. And the other thing is, and this happens all the time, and this is part of the thing. They all glorify the Crusades. After studying what the Crusades were about, I don't think that we should glorify them as much. Like the guy in New Zealand that shut up that mosque, he was like, ask yourself, what would Pope Urban do? I'm like, what? Like that's that
bring Jesus to the brown people on the end of a sword, maybe?
Yeah, that's what he wrote on his manifesto. Whether they were bad or good, on both sides, there's arguments. But I'm saying like the people who have co-opted it now is bad, and I don't like it. And I thought about that as soon as they were talking about how awesome it was to be in the Crusades.
That's what's weird about seeing movies like this. Yeah, the Crusades, man, that was awesome. I came back, and then we were over there. We were killing brown people for Jesus. It was the best. And it definitely was not a blatant land grab.
Right. They were taking it back from the Muslims who also did some bad stuff. It's not something you would want to glorify. I don't know. Doesn't matter.
All right. 5 questions. Is it okay for kids? Yeah, I guess. I don't know if they'll get any of the jokes, but...
Yeah, it's PG-13, but I would say like 11 probably. I didn't let Jake watch it yet. But he's a smart 10. Yeah. He probably could have made it.
Would he understand the metal underwear that have a key on it?
Yeah, that's because Kat made me take him to North Oaks for we had a doctor get up there and tell us about sex, and he just sat there mortified the whole time because his dad was sitting next to him.
That's probably why it works, is he'll never have sex, he'll always associate it with that conversation where you were sitting next to him.
Well, the guy wasn't like, he was somewhere, it wasn't like me telling him, and it wasn't like, he wasn't a straight up doctor where it was like, everything was sterile. But then he also tried to tell him, like, hey, these are the slang terms that people use. So it was really, I mean, he was just freaking yeeting some knowledge all up on him. It was no cap.
It wasn't a great experience like when I learned about sex from your mom, my religion teacher. In Catholic school.
Oh, man. Yeah, if anybody can teach about that, it's the people in Catholic school, I guess.
Would this movie get made if it were pitched now? I mean, it's Mel Brooks. I think he can still do whatever he wants.
Yeah,
but no one else can.
Plus, like spoofs and parodies, stuff like this, I think is always going to be. It's always going to be.
People still, I think you can still make satire and parodies. They don't cost a lot of money. There's always an audience for them, and they always make money.
Yeah,
and they don't win any awards. You don't like. It's dumb to do a parody 30 years later because they're not meant for 30 years later. They're meant for right then.
Right. Yeah, you would have to change all the jokes.
Yeah, you wouldn't do White Men Can't Jump or Reebok Pump or like the really corny Sugar Hill rap intro, but yeah.
Yeah, it would have to be trap music now, and I wouldn't watch it.
Movie or TV show?
Movie?
Sure. Whatever Mel Brooks wants.
Yeah.
He can do whatever he wants.
Dude, the History of the World Part 2 is a TV show.
Whatever he wants.
Dude, I did some recasting.
All right, yeah, like. Tell me your recasting. All right,
so Robin Hood, instead of Cary Elwes, I went Tom Hiddleston.
Nice.
Because I don't want a blonde hair Robin Hood, and I think he's got an English accent, and I think he's just funny enough. For Prince John, instead of Richard Lewis, I would like Ricky Gervais, who would play that a completely different way. but I think
that would be great.
Just to have Prince John laugh like that would be awesome. For Sheriff of Rottingham, I want Steve Carell.
Yeah.
Because I think he could ham it up just enough. And then for Maid Marian, I would like Kristen Bell. And for Achu, I would like Kevin Hart, please.
Nice. Kevin Hart, way too old for Achu.
Yeah, but...
By your rules. But yeah, that would be awesome.
Yeah, dude, I don't know. I just wanted... I thought we were supposed to keep...
I don't know how you find a 19-year-old comic in 2023. You'd have to go to TikTok to find that.
Yeah, and I don't want to do that.
I don't either.
I'm not here to do that. But
follow Movie Life Crisis on TikTok, by the way.
Oh, man. Yeah. So can you watch and enjoy it? Did you enjoy it?
I'm glad I watched it. I did. I thought I was going to enjoy it more than I actually enjoyed it. But I'm glad I watched it again. I'm glad that I know which parts are still really funny and that a lot of it, to me, wasn't really funny.
Will you ever watch it again?
I don't think I will.
Really? Wolf grows up and wants to watch it? You watch Prince of Thieves with him when he's 14 and he's like, oh, this was good. I really liked it. And he's like, oh, you like this, Robin Hood? Let me show you some stuff.
All right. Yeah. In 2035, when he wants to watch Prince of Thieves, and then he's like, are there any parodies from this movie that we should also check out? I'm like, buddy, let me tell you.
If he says that, like that, I'm going to kick his ass. No,
dude, if anyone I want to hang out with wants to watch this movie, I'll happily watch it again. I just don't foresee that happening.
And like you said, you could probably watch the clips on YouTube, get the funny parts.
If I watch the clip of them fighting on the bridge and then the last big fight scene and them at the cat, there's 3 scenes that I could watch and get all the 90% of the enjoyment if I watch 3 scenes on YouTube.
Next time you watch those scenes, look for Blinken in the background doing ridiculous stuff. It's great.
Where do you find it? HBO Max.
Oh, really? Nice.
Yep, streaming on HBO Max, and I'm sure for rent and all the other spots.
All the $3.99 and such.
Yes.
I don't want to pay $3.99 to watch it.
No.
That's how we should do it. Would you pay to watch this? Would you rent it?
I would, because I've rented podcast movies that are way worse than this. I paid $3.99 to watch Passenger 57.
Oh man. That's brutal.
Dude, I'm out here delivering content for people, and if I have to pay to watch a movie that it turns out is actually not that great, then I do it.
Look,
I want to watch Wesley Snipes spin kick people wearing a turtleneck.
Jumping over fences in dress shoes.
The fly-ass jacket.
Next movie, oh my God, Sister Act 2, Back in the Habit.
Yes. Oh, man. I was just thinking today, I really want to try to get in touch with Mark Shaman, who did the music, because I just want him to tell us how he did this. I'm going to try to email him. There's no chance I'm going to be able to get in touch with him, but...
Yeah, you should totally try it.
Next up, Sister Act 2. Super excited. Super excited for this one.
Yeah, dude. That's going to be a good one. And I'm not just friggin' talking here. This is no cap. I am eating some truth. That is...
Bet.
That's a good movie. I can't wait to watch it. I hope it still is a good movie.
It definitely is still good, and I'm going to listen to the soundtrack in preparation before I even watch the movie a couple times.
That's a good idea.
All right. Thank everybody for listening. Bonus content on Patreon if you want to support the show.
Patreon. You should do it, guys. I'm telling you, we got some good stuff up there. Some older movies.
Or don't. Either way, we're happy you're listening here. We're going to keep putting it out because we can't stop talking about movies. Talk to us on Discord about the episodes, Talk to us on Twitter.
Follow us on TikTok.
Yeah, follow us on TikTok. Explain TikTok to us.
Yeah, somebody explain that. What the heck is it? Leave us a message somewhere. We want to hear from you.
Sister Act 2, Vaya con Dios.
Vaya con Dios.
Thanks for listening to Movie Life Crisis. Please subscribe, rate, and review. And remember, don't drive angry.